Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about doing hard things. And I think each of us in our lives have things that are hard and that we struggle to do. So I wanted to clear some energy around this for all of us, self included. So what are some of the hard things that you have to do? What do you find difficult? What don't you want to face? What is really pushing your buttons? What do you think what do you think is the hard thing that you have to face at this moment in time? Sometimes it's how we think, sometimes it's how we feel, sometimes it's parts of our body that aren't working, or parts of our mind that aren't working how we'd like them to work. I don't know, what is it that for you is a difficult thing? Hi there. All right, we're talking about hard things. What is it that's hard for you? All right. So, hi Janet. Janet's on our call. So what's hard for you, Janet, and what's hard for everyone else? So for me, sometimes it can be hard to remain positive at all times or to acknowledge the things that I've done. Often I tend to be, oh, good morning, Jenny. Sometimes we tend to be very hard on ourselves and we forget the good things that we've done and we can only see what we haven't done or what's not working so well. So what is it for you that is hard? And whereabouts do you feel it in your body? And the other question I want to ask is there someone else that you would like to include in our group healing today? Because you can include anyone that you would like. So if you'd like to mention someone, you're more than welcome. And we really want to send, love and support and healing out to as many people as we can. Okay. All right, so first of all, something comes up in our timeline. Age 3, age 7, age 10, 33, 37, 40. So each of us will have things that we have to face. Are they going to be hard? And sometimes we push ourselves past our limit and we don't feel that we can do what we need to do. All right, so we might use an oil here. So let's have a look. All right, so an oil that we might use here, good morning, Susanna, is star anise. So this plant embodies strong, calm, and reassuring energy. It enfolds all that is one, inviting men to come into a sense of wholeness. From this state of wholeness, individuals are free to journey beyond where they have ever been before and learn to dance their heart song. I love that. We've talked about singing their heart song, but not dancing our heart song. All right, so the feeling that comes up that can be stuck here is the feeling of being suppressed. So sometimes we feel that we are suppressed. Morning, Cassie. We feel that maybe our heart is suppressed or our mind is suppressed or maybe our body is suppressed and that we can't break free of the chains that are there. Now, sometimes the chains are in our mind, sometimes the chains are in our heart, or sometimes the chains are actually physically in our body. Everyone has physical things that they're struggling with. So for me, I've got an arm thing at the moment and one of my knees. Hi, Anna Ossie, and hi, Angel. So we're talking about doing hard things. You know, what is it that you're scared to face? What is it that you know you really want to do or need to do or would like to do, but you're just too scared or too worn down? All right, so we're going to go into our throat chakra because often we won't speak up about it. Or we're too scared to express what we really want. All right, so the jaw comes up and the larynx. All right, also trustworthiness. Now, sometimes this is not about being trustworthy to other people, but about being trustworthy to ourselves. Hi, Simon. Hi, Lisa. So, you know, promising ourselves we're going to quit something or we're going to start something or we're going to attack something that we've been putting off. So it's like being trustworthy with ourselves. And often we use busyness as a way of avoiding truth. And sometimes the truth is a bit hard, isn't it? I know for myself I'm not the most efficient person or the quick person. And I'm probably very stuck on details. All right, so what else comes up here is poor communication skills. And sometimes we forget to tell people what's planned or what's in our mind or, you know, what we need to do. All right, so for those that just joined, we've asked if there's anyone that you want to include in the healing this morning, and also which body parts are screaming at you and what's stuck in your mind, so that we want to address the things that are hard that are preventing us from going and being our best self. All right, sinus congestion is also coming up. And we're going to jump into the crown chakra now. All right, I see my problems as lesson of growth, not as failure. And often we do see things as failure, isn't it? Hi, Willa. All right, I am in harmony with the universe. I allow myself to be peaceful and balanced. So sometimes we don't let ourselves be peaceful and balanced. I know I can be guilty of that. Like I start to get in this flap, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, and what about this and what about that? And so it's like I get a little bit manic almost and not calm and peaceful and, you know, just slowly working through the things that I have to do and maybe not prioritizing as well as I could. All right, so we can have reactions then that interfere with how calm and peaceful our mind is. So in this case, we're reacting to bacteria in the lungs, gallbladder, pineal gland, the brain, motor cortex particularly, so getting our body to do things, I guess, or the control of the body. All right, so Julie's mentioned that her chest hurts, okay. Right. All right, let's look up chest. I'm using Ina Siegel's book here. There's lots of different parts of the body listed. Okay, so under chest. All right, and what comes up is difficulty expressing your feelings. And sometimes it can be that you just know you don't feel good, but you're not sure exactly why you don't feel good. So trying to control people and situations to feel safe and then feeling stifled and restricted. And then a lack of creativity. Hi, Jean. All right. So Lisa's including her family in the healing, especially her parents, having trouble dealing with other people's negativity. And Leila's mentioning heavy metals. Yeah, this is a big problem nowadays because our world is becoming so toxic with all the mining. We've dug up all these minerals that are toxic, and as Igor Trebizhian would put it, as they're like criminals never to be released. But now they've been released into the Earth's atmosphere, and they get taken up in the plants. For example, mercury is on the same column of zinc in the periodic table, so the plants would look the same and taste the same, but instead of having zinc, we would have mercury. All right, second chakra. Okay. All right, so using Ina's words here, she asks to imagine a purple light, and this light removing all burdens, disempowerment, low self-esteem, suppressions of feelings, anxiety and fear for my chest, as well as all points of view, all patterns and the positive and negative charges that contribute to this condition. So I allow all the cells in my body that are experiencing heaviness, degeneration, infection or stress to now be released through this funnel into a purple flame. That's a nice vision, isn't it? All right. Okay, so a parent aggressive towards me when I hadn't done anything wrong, just avoiding now. Okay. Hi, Lehana. All right. Yeah, heavy metals outgassing from the wars. Yeah, there's lots of toxicity, isn't there, in our environment? And so I think one of the lectures I went to was Chris Astle-Smith, and he was talking about, in previous generations, it took until we were in our 80s till we were toxic. But now because the world is so toxic that, little children are already toxic, and, we have to actively help to detoxify their bodies from heavy metals and, from the chemicals in the environment and, the other bugs that are around, and also to help strengthen their immune systems. All right, so let's go into the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra. So now I'm using, this is Jenny Rosengren's book. It's over 1,000 categorized positive and negative beliefs. All right, I am important. And sometimes we feel that we're unimportant and that our needs are not going to be met. And, this is a heavy feeling to have, to feel that no one cares or no one understands, or to feel alone. And sometimes, we can feel this aloneness even though we aren't really alone. Or sometimes we can feel alone in the crowd because we don't feel that we're being understood or listened to or acknowledged in some way. All right, whatever I am guided to do will be a success. So sometimes we don't believe that we're going to be successful in what we're doing. Yeah, same situation. All right. So Leela's suggesting thyme oil, lots of mold in the lungs in Australia. Yeah, I bet there is. Okay. All right. I courageously let life flow through me joyously. That's hard to say quickly. All right, I accept the past and am excited to move into the future. I have everything within me to create and nurture life. All right, so time of conception comes up. So sometimes we had things that happened around us before we were in our mum's belly. All right, in this case, it's our feelings. Okay. All right, the feeling of stubbornness. I think that's one of my favorites. Digging my heels in and not wanting to change. So Wheeler's mentioned, don't need to feel like you're in a straitjacket. Talk to people within the group or a mentor. Yeah, and there's lots of energy healers in our group who easily could help you. Okay. All right, so something in our back. So we're going into T4. So if you feel the large bump on the back of your neck, that's C7, and you count down another 4 bumps, that's T4. And our spine, of course, houses the wiring to all our organs and glands and muscles. So it's important for our spine to be functioning in a healthy way. All right, so what's hiding in there is carrying unresolved pain and trauma from the past. Age 12, age 15, 18, 23, 27, 30, 33, 39, 44, 50, 54. Okay, and that's as many ages that come up with that. So these are all times in which we had unresolved pain and suffering that's stuck in our body. So it's important that we release these things. All right, so now we're going to go into the solar plexus chakra. And of course, this is the seat of our power and feeling that we have the capacity to, move ahead and make the changes that we want and to let go of the things that are holding us back. All right, again, gallbladder comes up. All right, I no longer compare myself to others. I'm worthy of love, kindness, and respect, regardless of what I have done. I'm worthy because I exist. I'm able to see my past weaknesses and allow them to become my strengths. And I think that's very important because often we can be continually beating ourselves up over the past and what happened then. All right, a little bit of a generational problem stuck here. Dad's side, dad's mum, and the men. Right, so the solar plexus one is clear. A little bit more hiding in the sacral one. Again in the genes, dad's side, Dad's mum again, and the men. Okay, so I guess in times past it may be difficult or different ways that we had to show our power. All right, we're going back into the spine again, so into T7. So T7 is in between your shoulder blades, just above the bottom edge of your shoulder blades. All right, feeling unworthy to have great things in your life. Impatiently searching for a quick fix and then, getting disappointed when it doesn't work. All right, needing to inject more fun and humour. This sounds like all of us, isn't it, into our lives. We get a bit serious and we get a bit weighed down by all the things that we have to face. And of course, in my situation, we past 50 now, your body starts to talk to you more, and the things that are stuck in your body from childhood really do begin to play a role. Often we've ignored things for many years and not realized the effect that that's having, but your body gets to the point that says, no, that's enough now, we need to talk about this. All right, so reactions to feelings. Okay, let's go. All right, so shame comes up. Feeling of shame. And often we can shame ourselves at times, think, oh, look at that. I can do that when I look at if my house isn't clean, or, if I look at the pile of papers in my bag that I keep carrying around that's not finished yet, that can bring shame. So what brings shame for you? What are you ready to ditch? So typically experienced in childhood, shame is carried over into adulthood and can have a huge effect on confidence, well-being, and success. So this is from Ina Siegel's book, The Secret Language of Your Body. It is connected to feelings of embarrassment and humiliation, often by the people we are closest to, such as family members. We also carry shame within ourselves from family members who have suffered humiliation in the past, or from a country we have been born into, especially if the country has been through that which we are strongly opposed to, such as war. People can also feel embarrassed about their parents, religion, job, appearance, and so on. People also feel shame if they are cheated, lied, intimidated. If they have cheated, lied, intimidated someone, or caused pain, they often feel a sense of regret and remorse for these actions. However, unless they forgive and let go, shame can rot the body. That's very powerful, isn't it? Rotting your body. And, I think that we probably all can fall into this aspect at some time. It says in particular, shame can affect the reproductive and sexual areas of the body, and it can lead to conditions such as AIDS, herpes, chlamydia, impotence, ovarian and prostate cancers, arthritis, compulsive eating, gingivitis, kidney stones, multiple sclerosis, urinary tract infections, and vaginitis. So all these parts of our body that perhaps are being eaten away or attacked, and really we're self-attacking, we need to show these areas some love. Yeah. So this is Ina Siegel, again, what she would suggest. She says, place your hand on the part of your body where you feel shame most intensely. Breathe into the area for a few moments, allowing any emotion to rise to the surface with little resistance. And I think this is the tricky part, isn't it? Because often there are some feelings we don't like, but allowing the feelings to come up. Relax your hands. And then she says, Divine healing intelligence, use the orange-red sword of light, cut me loose from all shackles of shame, embarrassment, humiliation, disgrace, and dishonor that bind me. Please help me release and dissolve all self-consciousness, self-doubt, feelings of insecurity and intimidation. Allow me to forgive all those who have shamed me and to be forgiven by all those who I have shamed. Help me recover my self-worth, self-belief, and self-respect so I can truly live my life with dignity and honor. Thank you. And she says, repeat the word clear until you feel lighter. And observe this orange-red light going through your body, cutting through and dissolving the negative thoughts, the words, the feelings, the memories, and the images of shame, embarrassment, disgrace, and humiliation. Yeah. So I think that's very powerful. And, a lot of us have had experiences in our past where we may have felt shame, whether the shame's in the body or, with our family or whatever's happened to us, There are many people that have been abused and, maybe you haven't spoken about it, and that abuse is like a shame that's stuck deep within their bodies. So, all right, so let's say I'm okay with releasing shame. And this is generational on dad's side. And the women. And also on mum's side, mum's mum. And the women again. All right, so Leela suggested a couple of oils here. So we could use forgive oil and we could use thyme oil to help us feel fortified, balanced, courageous, warming, and focused. Cinnamon oil is another oil that's good to release sexual shame and experiences in that area of our body. And I guess having a chat to the parts of our body that are complaining and asking, oh, what's going on here? What are you feeling? And allowing your body to speak to you and actually listening. Because often we don't want to listen, we want to take a pill and shut it up. Or if you're, sometimes we just want the symptoms to go away and not to address what's really going on. And let's say I'm okay without eating myself. And that's like eating parts of ourselves. And also I'm okay without eating myself to death. But sometimes we are, excuse me, we're actually eating food to suppress our feelings, or, we're drinking things, or we're smoking, or we're, addicted in some way to shut up the feelings that we really hate. All right, so now we're going back into the spine, into T8, which is at the very bottom of your shoulder blades. All right, so immune system comes up here in T8. Mucus congestion. Lack of energy. All right, something else in the solar plexus chakra here. All right, so we're going to plug in some bergamot oil, which is a beautiful oil, lovely citrus oil. It's about self-acceptance. Bergamot is wonderful for those who feel down and hopeless. It awakens the soul to hope and offers courage to share the inner self. Reigniting optimism and confidence in the self, it imparts true self-acceptance. Bergamot teaches individuals to let go of self-judgment by learning to love themselves unconditionally. I think we could all do with a dose of that. We might use an affirmation here as well. All right, I accept and love myself exactly as I am. And sometimes that's hard. Okay, so Cassie's mentioned the left side of her face is numb and the left eye can barely open. Maybe there's shame in there. There is shame in the genes. Dad's side, Dad's mum and the women. Also on mum's side, mum's mum and the women. Love unreceived is coming up. And sometimes that happens in our families, you know, when we're really trying to help them and they won't receive what we're trying to do. It can feel very hurtful. Resentment's also hiding in the genes. Feeling wishy-washy. So that's where we have a desire, but we don't think we can have it. So then we kind of give up on our desire. Also the feeling of hopelessness and low self-esteem. Yeah, for me, I think about this low self-esteem. It's attached, for me, it's attached to measuring myself externally, never being happy with who I am, and wanting to put measurement by, you know, helping people or by, you know, things you have or do or what you've accomplished or what you haven't. You know, it's like this continual battle to see where you're acceptable. And the bottom line is, you know, we're supposed to be acceptable just because we live. All right, the other feeling that's stuck in the genes here is vulnerability. And it's hard to be vulnerable. You know, we really do need to be vulnerable with each other and be loving and kind to each other, that we can actually, it's safe to be vulnerable and share what we really feel, because as we are vulnerable, we enable each other to be real and to express who we really are and, you know, to deal with the things that are important to us. All right, so also the brow chakra comes up here, which is in that area of the eye. All right, the pituitary gland comes up, which is, of course, one of the, what's the second in charge in the glandular system. And also overwhelm. Difficulty living in the present moment. And so sometimes that can be, you know, we're living in the past and we feel depressed, or sometimes we're just trying to think into the future and prevent bad things happening. So then we become highly anxious. So, you know, or sometimes we sway between the two. So Halila's mentioned more magnesium, digestive enzymes, and allergic to the cold. Okay, and the other thing that's coming up in the sixth chakra is rigid thoughts and beliefs. And I guess, you know, I know I am very guilty of those rigid thoughts and beliefs too. You know, we get stuck in our mind that things have to happen in a certain way, or be a certain way, or look a certain way, or sound a certain way, or function in a certain way. And when they don't function in that way, you know, it's so annoying. All right, finding it hard to go to sleep or to stay asleep. All right, German chamomile and sandalwood. All right, my intuition and awareness are gifts. I replace all negativity, surrounding others and myself with positive energy. I grow in wisdom day by day. I am insightful. Deep restorative sleep comes easily. I easily cut through any illusion and find the truth. And I really think that one's very powerful, because often we have these illusions of what we're not, or what we're unable to do, and how it's going to be too hard or impossible to do. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to look up I in Ina's book. All right. So what comes up in eyes, which we probably all realize anyway, sometimes it's stuff we don't want to see. So not liking what you are seeing in your environment. Wanting things to be different. So left eye, difficulty visualizing good things in your life. And I guess this is really important. And I get stuck here too. If we can't envision it being different or different from the present in a better way, how can we make that happen? We have to be able to envision it first for it to happen. All right, losing trust that life will provide for you by upholding fear, stress, and worry. All right, so you need to shift your focus from what you don't want to see to what makes you feel happy and brings beauty into your life. You can go for nature walks, spend time by the ocean, visit people who inspire you, or be creative by painting beautiful pictures in your mind and on paper. Go outside into the light. Close your eyes. Place the palm of your hands over your eyes. Allow the healing energy of sunlight to work on regenerating your eyes. Do this for a few minutes, 2 or 3 times a day. Relax your hands, open your eyes, and look at the sky's beautiful rays of blue light. Even if the sky is grey, find where it has glimmers of blue light. Close your eyes and visualize blue rays of light moving through your eyes, washing all density, degeneration, stuckness, or hardness from them. Allow your eyes to relax and soften even further before opening them. Open your eyes, spend 30 seconds blinking frequently to allow moisture to return. All right, in order to improve your vision, you also need to improve your eyes' flexibility. Rotate the eyes to the left, to the right, then up and down. Do this 8 to 10 times, repeating the process, rotating your eyes to the right, to the left, down, and then up. Do this also 8 to 10 times. All right, if you suffer from cataracts, try wearing transparent indigo colored glasses so that the light can enter and regenerate your eyes. All right. So I'm sure our eyes are able to regenerate if we supply them with the right tools and if we allow the shackles to be pulled from our eyes so that we can clearly see what is really happening and to understand what we need to learn from our difficult situations. All right, and we're also going back in the spine, so C1. All right, headaches and migraines are coming in here. All right, the C1's reacting to our feelings. So we'll just take a big breath in and release that. All right, and we're going to jump up into the 12th chakra. And what helps is solitude. So having quiet time. I am infinite. And often we just see ourselves as our body, but we are actually an eternal being that's come here for a mortal experience. And we really are infinite. We will not end. I wonder. Yes, art. Art does help. Bergamot, joyous, refreshing, uplifting, and encouraging. Yeah, beautiful. I guess we need all of us. Like in here, it mentions that Mother Teresa and Saint Francis of Assisi were people that broke the bounds of earthly experience, and I guess we all are contributing in uplifting the planet. You know, each of us have wonderful things to offer, and our contribution and our gifts and talents are really what makes a difference in the world. And so, allowing ourselves, you know, to do that. Yeah. The book from which I was talking about from the eyes was in a Siegel's book. Yeah. All right. All right. So let's plug in a regular art session and a regular meditation session and a regular walk in nature. And also the feeling of divine connection. You know we have those moments where we absolutely feel that we are connected. And we feel that we are inspired. And as we're inspired, we know what it is that we need to do. Often directly following that inspiration is the fear that is part of what's preventing us from taking the next step. It's the things that are hidden in our body and our mind and our energy field that are preventing us from accomplishing what it is that we feel. So we need to pay attention to those fears and, you know, clear the baggage behind them so that we can be free. And of course, this is an ongoing saga. All right. So just by way of announcement, we have a get-together on the 17th of August, and there'll be a Energy Works in Salt Lake from the 5th to the 7th of September. So any US people, you're welcome to come, even if you want to come for a day to refresh or, you know, doing what you can. Jenny's mentioned she's got the art and the nature. Go, Jenny. And Leila's mentioned she loves Francis of Assisi. Yeah, he was pretty stubborn. I remember when we went to Italy, they talked about how his father was a tailor, and when he wanted to let go of his father's control, he stripped himself naked and left all his clothes there and marched out of town. He didn't want to have a bar of any of that. So he was one determined character. All right. All right, a little bit more generational stuff here on Dad's side. Dad's mum, and the women. And dad's side, and the men. All right, back in chakra 6, which is the brow chakra. I easily release all my hidden emotions as they are experienced. All right, so emotions stuck in the eye. All right. All right, self-condemnation is in the eye. All right, and the opposite is self-acceptance. Age 11, age 15, age 18, 22, 26, 32, 35, 38, 39, 40, 41, 44. All right. Oh, thanks, Cassie. Yeah, classes for our oils class and health classes really are the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays at A1 Health. So you're welcome to come. Bring a friend, have some fun, bring your problems, we'll work on them. All right, so let's say I lovingly accept myself with all my flaws and dysfunctions. And this is generational here too, from mum's side, mum's mum, and the men. All right, a funny feeling stuck here, naughty. Sometimes we feel naughty. All right, and the opposite that we need to clear is agreeable. All right, sometimes we don't feel very agreeable. When things aren't working, we feel like a donkey, ornery. That's when the stubbornness for me kicks in and I just want to dig my heels in. All right, a little bit more generational stuff here. Dad's side, dad's mum, and the women. All right, the feeling that's stuck in the genes here is feeling mortified. We can feel mortified when things don't go as we need them to go. All right, and the opposite is uplifted. So we want to feel uplifted. So I allow myself to feel uplifted. and supported, nurtured, valued, adored. Again, generational stuff preventing this. Dad's side, dad's mum, and the women. So I allow myself to feel uplifted, supported, nurtured, valued, and adored. Okay, something in the timeline again. Time of birth. All right, emotions again stuck from that time. All right, feeling boxed in. And the opposite feeling is liberated. And let's do a questionation. Why do I feel so liberated? All right, age 15, stuck emotions there. All right, feeling like we're nothing. And the opposite is loved. And I think the hardest person to love is ourselves. Age 28. So I completely, utterly, totally, unconditionally love myself. Good. Great. Okay, let's check in with everyone before we close our call. Where are you all at? How's Susanna, how's your second chakra? Julie, how's your chest? I don't know, Wanda, did you have anything that you wanted to contribute? All right, and let's just say I am a positivity magnet. All negativity is repelled by me. And by my team. Okay, Cassie's better. All right, Julie's feeling better. Susanna better. Great. And Jenny said all good. Here you go, Jenny. All right. Well, thank you, everyone that joined on the call. Thank you for your contribution and for being willing to share with us. It really helps a lot. And I hope that we can send this love and acceptance out into the universe, that, you know, we all may feel cared for and worthwhile, and that we may, you know, continue to show ourselves love. And as we can show ourselves love, we're more able to show other people love. All right, thank you. Lila says, must be better. My reading is readable. My writing is readable. Oh, Lily, you're lovely. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. See you.